everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another design team project for the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfiles shop on Etsy, and today I'm going to be using the train cut file. So it's this beautiful train, and then you get these puffs of smoke as well, part of the cut file. So I've cut that out quite small, as you can see, because I am going to do a smaller size layout today. So I have these photos from my honeymoon. This is a train. It's a converted old steam train that has been converted into a pancake restaurant. I had my honeymoon in Tasmania, and we went around the whole island and visited several places, and this was one of the really cool memories that we made. So I've chosen this photo of me on I'm sitting on the front of the train, and gosh, this is my first honeymoon layout, and I was married 9 years ago, I think, which is pretty slack, but I'm getting started on it now. And this kit I have is one I have put together for myself. I haven't shared putting together this kit yet, but I have filmed it, so keep an eye out for that. And for this album, I've decided to go for a smaller layout, and I'm doing it in A4 size, which is not quite 9 by 12. It's a little bit smaller than 9 by 12. It's not a standard inches size. It's like a standard paper size in Australia. If you're Australian or any other country that uses the A size system for paper, you will know exactly what size this is. And this decision is mainly just because I have so many photos and I really want to get them sort of scrapped a bit more quickly, I guess. If I did it 12 by 12, it would take me forever and it would cost a fortune in albums and page protectors, whereas A4 albums and page protectors are really easy to get and affordable. So I've cut down that blue paper. I think both these papers I'm using are from Rosie's studio or the Reject shop here in Australia. And that blue paper with the sort of stripy squiggles is definitely from the Make a Splash Rosie Studio collection. And I really like that blue. And then the other one I'm using is just a white and pink chevron. Just going to use the blue as a border. I've gutted it to save as much of that paper as I can, and then I'm sticking down the white and the pink. And this kit I put together, I based it around the Sunny Days by Crate Paper and Maggie Holmes collection. I got a few of the items from Scrapbook, and yeah, I based the whole sort of theme of this kit around those. So now I'm just going ahead and trimming down my photo. I want to cut as much as I can off while still keeping all the train in, or most of the train in, and me in, obviously. But it is a 4x6 photo, and it's a large size photo for this size layout, so trying to make it as small as possible, because as you can see, once I put the cut file on there and the photo, there's not a lot of space left. I just love this train. It's so intricate, it's so cute, and I have so many layouts I can use this on because my son loves trains, and we've been to the Railway Museum a few times, and his second birthday was Thomas the Tank Engine themed, so I'm going to get so much use out of this beautiful cut file. So I'm going to back it as usual. Nothing too out of the box for me today for this one. I just really loved this cut file and I wanted to use it. I'm going to start backing it, and look, I moved my layout. Can you believe it? Before I started gluing things on top of it. It's not like me at all. So I'm just doing my usual method here. I am just gluing and sticking pieces, and then I'm going to go in with my scissors and fussy cut the excess off. And as you can see, this is a pretty intricate, fine detailed, excuse my big head there, fine detailed little cut file, but still this method worked just fine with it. My biggest tip is just do the sort of inner parts first and work your way out, if that makes sense. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to go ahead off camera and back the rest, and I used pinks and a couple of different mint greens and some more of that blue. Working on my photo mats, I'm just going to adhere my photo to some white and give it a thin little border around the edge. And then I think I only put 2 photo mats on this one, 2 layers behind my photo. So there we go. I love that train, it's so cute. It turned out so well. And I can't wait to do it sort of blue and red and see if I can get it looking like a Thomas the Tank Engine. Definitely going to give that a try. Okay, thinking about my photo mats, I nearly went for the blue, but I thought it just, it looked kind of weird with it being a border as well. And that photo is so close to the border because it's such a small layout. So I think I do go for this green. I'm just going to chop it down to be the size of the photo, and then I'm going to turn it on a diagonal and sort of offset it a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking here. Sometimes I use my guillotine trimmer, sometimes I use my viscous trimmer, and sometimes I use my scissors. But I usually only use that little guillotine for photos, so I guess it was just handy. So I used that spotty green, and I used that to back part of the cut file as well, so that's nice. And then some of this, it's a cute paper. It's cats though, so I don't really know how often I'll get to use it. So it's good to use papers like that as a layering photo mat because you don't really see the pattern once it's tucked behind the photo there. But enough of the colour is coming out that you can see the colour. So now I'm just going to take some adhesive foam and back my cut file. There you go, I didn't make you watch all that. Also off camera, I backed the little clouds of steam with vellum. So they are backed just with some plain vellum, and they just look really nice and, I guess, steamy. You can still see the paper through them. I just think it's a really cool effect, especially if you're doing clouds. Okay, now for my title, these outfits are from Kmart. They're just pink ones. I have a couple of sets because I love them. When I run out, I'll probably cry. But they're just pink chipboard, and I'm going to spell out Pancake Train. Very original title, this one. To be honest, I'm not the best at thinking up clever, witty, original titles, but that's okay by me. I'm considering some of these little stickers from Kaisercraft for the rest of my title. I was thinking about that coral because it tied in the sort of pinky red in the train, but I kind of like that that's the only pop of that on the page because it really draws your eye to the photo. So I do go with these charcoal ones that also match the darkness of the train in the photo. And then I'm going to glue my cut file down because there's really nowhere else for it to go at this point. Just going to commit to that, pop it down. And I'm also going to glue the little puffs of steam down. You don't actually see me do this on camera, unfortunately. I go out of frame, but I'm just going to put a bit of glue all the way around the outside of the edge of the cut file because it is vellum that they're backed with. So if you put glue behind, you always see it, even if it's tape. If it's liquid glue, you can see it. So I'm just putting it in a very small amount, just right around the edge. And then, as you can see, I'm popping a mist on the top to weigh it down because there's not a lot of glue. So I really want to make sure it gets full coverage. I'm going to stick my photo down now. And I do apologise about my voice too. I know I'm very croaky and horrible sounding. I am getting over the flu. I'm at the near the tail end. I would say I'm still somewhat unwell, but I'm getting better. So, okay, nearly finished. It's time to embellish. The most frustrating part for me. I just don't know why. I think especially like this is the first time I'm using any of these beautiful Sunny Days pieces. So I have the ephemera there, I have the stickers, and I have the chipboard. Yeah, the chipboard. And it's all new, and I haven't used any of it yet, and I just want to save it all. Yeah, so it's kind of hard for me to use all those beautiful pieces. Yeah, this is always the hardest part for me, the first layout with a new collection. I'm just trying a few pieces. I did like that pop of mustard. I really like the variation in colour that brought, but I just couldn't. I think that piece was a little bit too big, but I really like this. I think it's a Sunshine Sun piece. And then that pop of green in the tag. There is green in the grass in the photo, so I thought that sort of brighter, less aqua green was nice. So I'm just bringing a few more pops of that in. A couple of labels at the top there, another pop of mustard and green. And there is writing on that green one. It's hard to see though. And I'm going to put my date on the mustard one. I love that die cut. Fits just in that little blank space really nicely. A little mustard love heart brings in that third pop of mustard there. Beautiful visual triangle that we always try to achieve. And I'm going to do my journaling on this tag too. So I'm just using some white embroidery thread. It's just normal DMC floss, all 6 strands. And that makes a really nice tag string. And the ends sort of fluff out too, which I really quite like. So I'm just gluing that down so it lays correctly. I thinking. I love those little cherries, are really cute. They just fill in that gap nicely. I wanted to put something here, and I thought about the sunglasses. I am wearing sunnies in the photo, but the shape just wasn't quite right. So I do find the little flip-flops, and they're that same shade of green, and if you look closely, you can see I'm wearing flip-flops in the photo, or thongs if I'm being properly Australian, but I don't want to confuse all my American viewers. So here we go. I'm just putting in my journaling. Can't remember exactly what I wrote. Just something about it being a pancake train, how it was a nice day, and really yummy pancakes. And then I'll put my date up here in the label. And then I think I'm just about done. I'm just going to put in some enamel dots. This is the Pink Fresh Case of the Blahs enamel dots. I got them on clearance and they match this layout pretty nicely. I start off using the yellow, but they do come off. I use the spring green, that's perfect green for this layout, and that softer mint green that is looking grey on the camera, but it's not grey, I promise. I'll come in later and I'll move those yellow ones off and I'll replace them with some pink ones out of the Simple Stories Country Cottage collection enamel dots, I think they are. But yeah, I use the pink off those, it just matched a bit better. So I'm just going through and putting in 3 clusters of 3. And these just really helped to finish off the page. It was just, I actually walked away from it and left it, and I was looking at it and I'm like, something is missing. So went back with the enamel dots and it just finished it off nicely, and I'm really happy with it now. So thanks for joining me. That will be it by the time I'm finished putting these on. Close-ups coming up. Don't forget to check out the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfile shop on Etsy. I will leave the link in the description box and the link straight to this particular cut file also. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.